And we're back. This is episode 53, and it's time to talk to the Proving Master and
The proving
begin
will
the tournament.
begin shortly. I'm sure you can find a place in the stands. Or were you here to take part in the fight?
The second one. I'd like to hear more about who's fighting.
Well, with politics what they are, many combatants are dedicating their fights to either Prince Balin or Lord Harrowmont. Mostly Balin. It's a regular parade of past winners out there. Piotr Naidukan always leads a battle unit. He's the prince's cousin. Miaja and Lukejan are twins from the warrior caste. They fight together, put on a good show. They'll all be in their chambers if you want to talk.
Alright. I'd like to fight as Lord Harrowmont's champion. Not really anything else you can ask him about. I wish there was like betting on different people fighting, but there isn't.
Well, that's a surprise. Never thought the Grey Wardens would take an interest in our king. Let me just put you into the schedule
Didn't
here.
have much choice.
Now, is there a particular name you wish listed?
Yeah, it's Aravail of the Grey Wardens.
We'll just call you Grey Warden, seeing as those human names are a real burr to pronounce. We actually have an opening in the first round. Are you ready to start?
Aravail is actually... I could see Aravail as a Dwarven name, possibly. Or an elf, or a human. I think it's a name that works pretty well in everything except, like Mass Effect really didn't work, because they use, like, modern human names, but any non-modern era game or story, it pretty much works. Anyway, who will I be fighting?
Looks like Suern's drawn first bout. He was one of the youngest champions ever. Beat his own father at 12 years old. All for the right to earn his battle status 2 years early. Are you ready to start?
Wonder if 12 for a dwarf is different than 12 for a human. That or his father was probably just really old, or threw it for him or something. What are the rules of the proving?
Fight start at the gong and go to first blood. No eye gouging, no groin pulls. The rules of each bout will be announced when it starts. You should be comfortable with normal weapons and lyrium enhanced weapons, in single combat, pairs, or battle units. Are you ready to start?
That's right, I assume they'll let me... Alright. I'm pretty sure they let me choose to use one of my companions if they are martial fights. We'll see.
That's what I like to hear. I will warn you, though. This is your last chance to make preparations or meet the competition. Once the fights begin, there are no new additions to the roster. All withdrawals are treated as losses and a sign of the ancestors' disfavor. Do you want to start, or would you like some time? The fighters' quarters are behind the ring.
Alright, it sounds like he wants me to talk to some people, so let's do it.
Come back soon.
Alright. Are these both fighters' quarters still? Yeah. Okay, so let's see if there's anybody that has anything to say now that we're fighting. Maybe we should have done that first.
Do not disturb me. I must meditate before my fight.
Already talked to Guiden. Nobody back there. Pickpocketed one of these guys, but I can't remember which one.
Here I am.
Yay.
Never understood why everyone thinks the Grey Wardens are so great. Prince Balin will be happy to hear I've flattened you into the dirt.
Well, you're about to find out. Yeah, this proving's going to Lord Harrowmont.
Watch yourself, if you want to make it to the ring.
You looking at something?
Just a little dwarf about to meet his match. That's just the proving armsman. We've already talked to the Silent Sisters. Anyone over here? Wonder who the champion is. Somebody Idukan, they said. As much as I enjoy this part of the quest, I think the arena in Dragon Age was done better. There were more rounds to it. It was more depth. It was a little more exciting overall. Like you faced champions and former champions, and they really built them up pretty well.
Didn't I say I need to concentrate? There's plenty of time to congratulate me after the fight.
Ah, this is my first opponent. I'm told I'll be fighting you in round 1.
So you're the Grey Warden. It's an honor, really a privilege. You hear so much about the Wardens. They say on the surface, they're the only ones who fight Darkspawn, and everyone hails them as heroes, and... are you taking recruits?
Um, well, I mean, I could put him through the joining if you really wanted to join, but we actually don't have the knowledge of how to do that yet. Um, but I am building an army to fight the Blight.
The Blight? Then that must mean you want recruits. I bet you're here to pick the best fighters. Am I right?
See, I'm glad you're eager. Most people here don't seem to care.
If that's true, it must be because of the king. Believe me, dwarves know their duty in regards to Darkspawn. I promise, as soon as Balin's on the throne, you'll have as big an army as you need.
Do you know much about the other fighters?
I've fought most of them before, of course. Miaja and Lukejon are tricky. I learned the hard way. Lukejon is the one you have to watch out for. When Miaja gets all flashy with that hammer, you never see Lukejon stab you in the back.
So he's a rogue.
Jotun's the best. I mean, he's an Idukan. I've never qualified to fight anyone of his rank before.
Alright, I'll see you in the ring.
Well, maybe we can talk after the match. You know, once you see me in action.
Sounds good. Kind of like this guy. He's a Balin fan, unfortunately, but we all can't be perfect. Jotun, is that the champion?
So you're the Grey Warden Lord Harrowmont brought in to replace his missing fighters.
I'm fighting for Harrowmont because he's the rightful king.
The Idukans have held the throne for 9 generations. The Assembly should have turned to every last member of our line before handing Orzammar over to some lesser family. Just watch. The ancestors will prove me right in the ring.
From what I understand, it's the king who determines his successor. Here's Maja and Lukejon.
You are quickly overstepping your welcome.
Yeah, can't be in too much of a hurry to get away from her anyway. Alright. Where's the Proving Master? Over here. Let's get this show on the road, shall we?
Good, you're back. I was about to start looking for you. Are you ready to fight? Remember, once the fight begins, the roster is final. No new
Quit
additions
stalling, I'm
are
ready to
accepted.
taste blood.
Go down to the ring then. I'll be right there.
Wonder what the first round will
This
include.
is a glory proving. Fought under the eyes of the Paradons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. First up is Suwern of the Warrior Caste. Many of you remember when Suwern made history as a lad of 12 by defeating his own father in this very ring. Today, he fights as a champion for Prince Balin. Opposing him, in Lord Harrowmont's name, is a member of the famed Grey Wardens.
In the name of House Idukan and our future King Balin.
I like the crowd up there. They're just like throwing random things into the arena. Yeah, this is a slightly older game. It's better than the arena in KOTOR, I will say that, but not by much. Yeah, I'm saying you honor me with this fight, because he seems like an honorable dude. Then again, he did say, in the name of House Idukan for our future King Balin, so I will say for the glory of Lord Harrowmont.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Alright. So, this shouldn't be too tough. He's only a normal opponent. It is a one-on-one, though. Can I just shatter him? Nope. He resisted that. That's right, dwarves do have internal resistance to magic. Gotcha.
The winner is the Grey Warden!
Yay. A little tougher than I thought it would be, but still not actually
That was an
tough.
exciting start, Warden. Suwern is rarely trounced, and so thoroughly. Are you ready for your next opponent?
Probably should get out and heal, but let's do it.
Next, you're up against Miaja and Lukejon.
Aha.
As twins, they've always been allowed to fight as a single person. They're warrior caste, but their mother was
Yeah,
a
that makes
smith,
no sense.
So watch out for Miaja's hammer. And don't forget Lukejon. Most fighters do, and end up with a knife in their spine. Are you ready to begin?
Well, yeah, because they get to fight as... That makes zero sense whatsoever. They're twins, they can fight the same just because they were born at the same time? Like, what if I find some random guy who was born on the same day I was? Does that... Can we fight together? That just makes no sense. Alright, I'm going to heal up, though, since it'll be a 2v1.
Watch your...
I guess I'm already pretty much healed up. Okay.
Good, Are you ready to... The crowd is eager to see another victory.
All right, let's do it.
Go down to the ring then. I'll be right there.
I may have to force
This
field one
is
of
a
them.
glory proving, fought under the eyes of the paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. This round, Harrowmont's champion takes on the notorious duo, the warrior caste twin terrors, now fighting for Prince Balin, Miaja and Lukejan.
May the stone honor you.
When you fall.
I feel like that was very passive aggressive. Let's go with prepare for a slaughter.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
I should probably just do the whole turn on the pause when combat starts thing, because I do that on my own anyway. Start with the Cone of Cold. Alright, and then I'm going to go for her first. She didn't last very long. Because now there's only this guy, he really can't get a backstab off. So that actually wasn't bad at
The
all.
winner is the Grey Warden!
Yay.
Well, that was an exciting bout. 2-on-1, and you took them both easily. Are you ready for your next opponent?
Who is my next opponent? He could be all like pro wrestler mode. I'll tear out his spine! Alright. Sounded like an old man, didn't it? Anyway.
Well, this bout should be quick and dirty. You'll be fighting Hanashan, one of the legendary Silent Sisters. She's a ferocious fighter and dedicated enough to cut out her own tongue. Are you ready to begin? All right then, I'll see you out there.
Alright.
This is a glory proving, fought under the eyes of the paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. Harrowmont's champion has held the field so far, but how will he do against one of the legendary Silent Sisters? We'll find out as the Warden faces Lady Hanashan, who proved her worth to Paragon Ashtith the Grey by cutting out her own tongue. And to our Prince Balin by fighting in his name.
Well, she's not going to say much, so I'll just say good luck to you.
First warrior to fall
She'll need it.
is vanquished. Fight!
And she's also not a lieutenant yet. Okay. Well, strategy hasn't failed us yet. Okay, there we go. I thought she resisted for a second there. That she resisted.
Quickly, we must fight.
Cone of Cold almost trivializes this. Kind of want to stop using it.
The winner
This is
is
sad.
the Grey Warden! Harrowmont will be pleased, Warden. The Silent Sister support was a great boost for Balin. Are you ready for your next opponent?
Let me use the rest first.
Very well. We'll be waiting.
I really just want to autosave, just in case. Not that I'm scared, but it doesn't hurt to be sure.
Good, you're back. Are you ready to fight? The crowd is eager to see another victory.
Who am I fighting this round?
This should be a good match. You'll battle Wojek Ivo, master of all weapons, prisoner of none. He makes it a point never to use the same technique twice. Are you ready to begin?
Just point me to the ring.
All right then, I'll see you out there. This is a glory proving, fought under the eyes of the paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. This round is paired combat. Just as Kiatshet fought as King Bloodlik II, defending our empire, so have dwarves always fought alongside a second. Master of all weapons, prisoner of none. Wojek Ivo has never won the same way twice. What will he do today, lords and ladies? And
it's
will
that
it
guy.
win the day for Prince Balin?
Who's my second
Grey
man?
Warden, choose your second, for you face Wojek Ivo and Valan.
Oh, that's right. You get, okay. So, oh, that's interesting. You can choose Liliana, you can choose Sten of the Quinori. In support of Harrowmont, you can choose Basil or Guidon. Or you can go for extra glory by fighting alone. That's tough. I wonder if we have another chance to fight with the others. I'm gonna fight alone and see how it goes.
Last one standing will be declared victor. Fight!
They're both just normal rank. I mean, I fought 2 people before in one, so how much harder could this be, right? They're both frozen. I'm gonna take out his second first. And now it's pretty much 1-on-1.
Very well. I will not fail. I shall do it. It's a fine thing we've done.
This really is not that hard.
The Grey Warden! Wojak Ivo is one of the best this arena has seen, Warden. Harrowmont picked wisely. Are you ready for your next opponent?
See, in some ways, it kind of makes a lot more sense when you're fighting this as a warrior, even as a rogue. But as a mage, it's kind of weird because a mage can't fight 1-on-1 without using magic. That's his whole thing. So the way we beat people is to CC them or slow them or do other things to keep them away from us. I could have sit with my staff trying to shoot them, but that would be unwise. So it looks one-sided, but it's like an all or nothing kind of deal. Who's my next opponent?
This is the championship round. A full squad-on-squad combat.
Nice.
Piotr Idukan leads the same team he's taken to victory in over a dozen Deep Roads expeditions. Are you ready to face the final test?
Let's do it.
May the ancestors choose wisely.
I probably have to use my current squad. It'd be cool if I could use
This is a
one of the other
glory
champions, though.
proving. Fought under the eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. Only 2 warriors remain. Fighting for his royal cousin Balin, Piotr Idukan has led his team to triumph over every unit so far. Challenging him on behalf of Lord Harrowmont, the Grey Warden has risen from nothing to stand at the competition's summit. Each will lead a full unit of 4 soldiers to see once and for all whom the ancestors favor.
You fight well, but your judgment is questionable. The throne will never leave House Idukan.
Alright, so I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask Basil and Guidon to join me for this triumph. Because I didn't decide to use them last time, so I might as well use them now.
You honor me.
Last one standing will be declared victor. Fight!
So it's probably going to be... Yeah, it's basically 3v4. And he's a boss. Oh, at least they're lieutenants. That's not too bad. Poor guy doesn't even have a name. Piton's right hand. We better not lose somebody who doesn't even have a name. Alright, so... my main strategy here, because I can't directly control these 2, is just going to be to keep them alive. Let's see if I can kind of call all 3 of them. Got 2 of them. He resisted it, which is okay. I'm going to force field him. Play it safe. And hope they don't sit there attacking him. There we go. So let's do this to this guy, and that to that guy. It seems like dwarves either can't be shattered, or just the people in the proving have a resistance to it. Okay, so I have aggro here, so that's okay. 3v1. I'm going to heal these guys up a bit, just to be sure. And I'm not going to freeze them anymore, because that'd be kind of cruel at this point. Some resisting there. I don't think these will actually affect them at all. Will group heal? No, it won't.
It is begun.
Only the individual targeted heals. Alright, we're out of mana now. Oh, Guidon's almost dead. Alright. Come on, boys.
I shall do it.
There you go.
The winner is the Grey Warden.
And the other Harrowmont champions. Let's not forget their help.
Congratulations! You defeated the man Prince Trian himself once called the Horns of my army. Do you deny this Grey Warden has earned the championship? Then it is my honor to declare this Grey Warden champion of the Proving, who has shown that the ancestors favor Lord Harrowmont.
Are we done now? Because I can use a drink. I'm gonna say, may the assembly heed the ancestors and choose Harrowmont. That's why I'm here, after all.
The ancestors speak through you. Congratulations, Warden.
Yay, we completed the first quest for Harrowmont, by the looks of it.
You showed them. The ancestors are smiling on Lord Harrowmont today.
Indeed they are.
When my arm heals, you watch out, Duster.
Uh-huh.
Not bad for a surfacer.
Nope. Alright, she probably won't say anything, since she has no tongue. Alright, not gonna bother rubbing salt in the wound for the other guys, because I really don't care. Alright, the little meat stand over here, that's cute. Some fish and all. And a boar. Alrighty. Let's see, so that should have updated the main quest there. Yep, so now we can return to Mr. Ferender in Tapster's Tavern. Which I think is... Oh, we actually haven't been in there yet either. Yep, there's Tapster's, Figures and Points, Diamond Quarter, and the Deep Roads. Alright. So the market area is definitely a major crossroads. Lots of areas branching off.
You were in the Chantry. You are a priest?
No, I was a lay sister of the Chantry.
Which means...
I lived and worked in the Chantry, but I did not take any vows.
So you dabbled in priesthood then?
Oh no,
Dabbled.
the lay sisters don't have the same sorts of duties as priests at all.
So you were not a priest, did none of their duties, and took no vows, but you lived among them.
Yes.
You were a house guest of the Chantry?
Sort of.
Don't think he's really getting it, but okay. Into Tapsters. Alrighty, lots of patrons, looks like.
A lot of deep roads excursions these days. I wonder what everyone's looking for.
Buried treasure, probably. That or Bronca in her house. Who's this guy?
Afternoon, stranger. You looking for a stool to share a brew?
They all have such awesome armor. I love the dwarves. You looking for a fish to share your face? Ouch. Who are you?
Name's Naveen. I fight with Prince Balin's expeditionary field unit. Yourself?
Balin. I'm Aravail, a Grey Warden.
Figured as much. Good folks, wardens. I was in the deep roads when that one came by. What was his name? Dukan, Dunka, something like that.
Yeah, even most Balin supporters, they're not bad people. They're just, they have different views on Dwarven society. And their leader is kind of shady, but most of them are decent folk. You knew Duncan?
I met him, sure. Good man. Solid. He knows what we go through in the deep roads. Not many do. Not even the ones who live this close. You have to be on the front lines.
Actually, I believe Duncan was one of the main characters in the second book that serves as a prequel to this game. I feel like Merrick was in it too, though? Maybe? I don't know. I know the first one was mainly about Merrick, and the second one I think was actually from Duncan's point of view. But Merrick may or may not have been in it. Who's your unit fighting?
Darkspawn. Not much use in turning our weapons
Who else,
elsewhere
Aravail?
while those vermin still live.
Thanks for the drink, but I should go.
Watch yourself. Orzammar politics are getting near as dangerous as battle.
So I've noticed. Alright. There's a waitress. Does she sell things? I guess not.
Told him I don't understand what
We've a bit of stew on the fire.
I mean, it's how the ancestors show their favor. Do they really need our help to decide who's worthy? And then he practically slapped me. Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. You understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no castes, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden?
That's weird. Like he's a lord, like one of the highest ranks of nobility there is, a representative in their assembly, and yet his mother's still not proud of him just because he drinks. Um, so yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. It's hard because it's part of their tradition in a way, but at the same time, traditions change for a reason, and because the castes are not, I mean, they're not even separate but equal. They're like not even close to equal. Um, so yeah, Dwarven society I think would be a lot better for everyone and a lot more egalitarian if the caste system was abolished. So, however, I will also say things are hardly equal on the surface.
But there are those like you who see this with concern, no? Well, I've taken the time to actually talk to the other castes. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent dashers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the assembly. Orzammar are so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary.
So you get to vote on the next king?
Me and 79 other fine, upstanding examples of how someone who's born into every privilege inevitably wants more. They're not fond of my views on equality.
Yeah, I assume there has to be like some kind of supermajority. It's possible that it's completely split 40 Balin, 40 Harrowmont, but if that was the case, you'd think one of them after a bit would be able to persuade one noble to their cause, or assassinate them or something, bribe them. So how does the case system work exactly?
Badly. Oh,
Badly.
you're serious? Well, it's simple, I guess. The king and elected dashers of the assembly are at the top. Then it's the nobles. Then the warriors and all the craftsmen. At the bottom are servants. The casteless and criminals are below even that. Your caste is determined by that of your same-sex parent. And that's where you stay your whole life, whatever your skill.
That's interesting how it's not determined by your father like in most human societies. It's by the same-sex parents. So in a way, I guess that's an incentive. It's an incentive to either marry within your caste, or I guess if you think you can, marry to a caste above you. Because then at least, like if a smith married a noblewoman, then his daughters would also be nobles, although his sons would be smiths. That's kind of odd in a way. Half a family can be nobles and half can be a totally different caste, but I assume that doesn't happen too often anyway. I should get going.
As you wish.
Hey, Ogren, I remember him. Let's talk to this guy first, though.
This ale is perfect with a slow-roasted nugget.
Look.
They're everywhere! What? Get away! You'll change like the rest! Monsters hidden in all my friends!
Is this Darkspawn corruption or just madness?
There's things older than Darkspawn. And once you're in the story, they find you. See? I found copies. All from the same pen, and older than the ones in song. Dormant my ass. Take them. I want out. I won't disappear chasing a lie. I won't.
What is this? Oh, okay. So we found another one of the Unbound Codex entries. We still have at least one more to go, though. We'll keep an eye out for them. Because we do have that quest in our log. Alright, there's dueling. We'll talk to him in a second. Let's talk to Ogren first.
What do you want? Hey, I heard about you. Grey Warden, coming from the surface. Great crisis in the world. People are saying how you've thrown yourself on Harrowmont's wagon train. I figured you'd be the one, you know, who could help me find Branka. But I guess you're just like all the rest.
All the rest of whom?
Power-hungry Deep Lords. The only real concern they have is whose ass gets the throne. You don't have to play dumb, Warden. Their lackeys only come to me when they want something. Well, if you want the secrets of a paragon, do the work and find her.
I don't like either of these choices. I don't want to call him a drunk, but like I know who Branka is.
City's only living paragon, and she's been lost in the deep roads for 2 years. 2 years, and no one's raised a bleeding army to go look for her. What's it matter to you, huh? You trying to find out her secrets? That what Harrowmont sent you here for? I know he's been poking around, trying to find things out about her, what she was looking for. Won't tell me spit, though. He looking to take it for himself? A little lost technology of the ancients to throw Balin right out of the picture?
What are you talking about? What technology?
You are looking for it. Of course, that's all anyone cares about. Well, sod off and sod your mother, too. I need a bleeding drink. You keep on your errands. Until your boss really commits to looking, you're getting nothing but smoke out of old Ogren.
Alrighty, so he seems like the friendly sort. Like always like a Scottish dwarf. Anyway, let's talk to Dueling.
Atrosvala, champion.
Atrosvala,
I hear your
Dueling.
performance in the proving was nothing short of amazing. I must thank you for bringing both Baisel and Guidon back into the fight. His lordship was touched to see his old friends stand for him. There can no longer be any doubt where your sympathies lie. If you're ready, Lord Harrowmont will see you now.
It would be an honor.
The honor is ours to have found such a staunch and upright ally. His lordship is looking forward to meeting you.
Remember, you can still betray him at this point, but assuming we like the guy, which I think we will, at least more than Balin, we'll probably stick with him. New quest, a Lord's Trust. Any codex entries in here? Nope, just Harrowmont. I do see a chest, though.
I appreciate what you have done, Warden, and I apologize for putting one of your rank through such trials. I am Lord Pyral Harrowmont, and I thank you for your efforts to help me preserve King Endrin's throne.
Why would Endrin prefer you over his own son?
You may not know the story, but Balin is actually the youngest of 3. Endrin's eldest, Trian, was murdered in the Deep Roads not a year ago. His middle son was found standing over the body and was exiled. But I've always found it suspicious that Balin knew just where to look. Endrin loved his sons too much to voice such suspicions. But he knew Balin's only interest in ruling was to further his own power.
Balin's men say you planted those suspicions.
Balin resents me because I did not believe his setup. I wanted a full investigation, a trial, not this knee-jerk reaction. It speaks poorly of Balin that Endrin himself was the first to think that he should not be trusted.
So you believe you'd be a better king than Balin?
I have never sought the throne. My role was to serve Endrin, first as his advisor, then as an elected Desher in the Assembly. Harrowmont has never been king, and I always assumed Trian would rule after his father. But both Endrin and my colleagues have asked me to step up, and I will not back down when Orzammar needs me.
So yeah, he sounds like a good dwarf. So let's ask about the Assembly and the King, though. How does the power between them work?
The Assembly represents the voices of the wisest, most noble families. While we need a single king to preside over important functions and lead us in battle, the Assembly better represents all in Orzammar.
So it's basically an executive branch and a legislative branch. And I guess the shape where it is in some way a judiciary, or a third branch, but it's a much less powerful one than the other two. All I want is your support against the Blight.
For us, the Darkspawn are a constant menace, so a Blight may not elicit the same urgency you are used to. Ultimately, the Assembly decides what troops to send. If they no longer fear civil war, they'll have no reason to hold back. If you want my support to count, I will have to be king, and right now, there is no sure way to get there. Have you heard of a woman named Jarvia and the criminal carter she runs?
I have. So what about them?
The Assembly receives pleas every day from the common folk, begging that something be done about her. So far, no one has managed. Jarvia hides her base in Dust Town,
The raw edges of the city where no one lives but castless and criminals. If you would help me in this, it would show the Assembly that I, and not Balin, have the ability to defend and rule this city.
I'll deal with Jarvia. Be ready to help against the Blight.
Do this, and I promise if I take the throne, I will not stop until the Assembly sends your troops. Look for Jarvia in Dust Town. Do whatever it takes to see that justice is served.
I feel like his voice actor has done a lot too. So we have our second quest of 3, the third one being the Deep Roads themselves. But we'll have to deal with Jarvia and her cartel, or her Carta rather, when we get back in the next episode. So I'm going to take a quick break, and I will see you guys in episode 54, I think it is.